So if you've been to Ocean City before, there's no doubt you're familiar with high-rise row, condo row, whatever you want to call it, the grouping of high-rise buildings between 90th Street and 120th.
Yeah, 94th to 120th, yeah.
So today we're going to walk you through our favorite 5 of those high-rises. We're going to do it for a few different reasons. One, we get a lot of people coming to the beach that want to see the high-rises, and 2, there's a couple changes that we've already talked about in Maryland right now with the Maryland Condo Act that's really going to start separating these buildings in value and in perceived value at least. So we're going to run through those 2 disclaimers. One, we are excluding the Gateway Grand. Obviously, everybody who knows us knows that's our favorite building. So we're just going to focus on high-rise row. 2, with that Maryland Condo Act, we're going to focus on the 5 that we know, the 5 that we're familiar with. It doesn't mean these are the only 5. It doesn't mean if we didn't include a building on the list that it's a bad building. This is just our personal opinion. So diving right in, okay if I start?
Sure.
Cool. Golden Sands, my personal favorite. I think born in the Golden Sands. Dad was the original sales manager there. 360 units, awesome oceanfront building, loaded with amenities, on-site property management, on-site security, indoor pool, indoor rooftop pool, one of the coolest buildings in town. It has a 21st floor rooftop indoor pool, billiards room, banquet room, and then of course they've got the outdoor sun deck, the outdoor pool, Minute Market ice cream shop, great building. They have 360 properties in there that range from efficiencies all the way up to 3 bedrooms. It's my personal favorite.
Yeah, that's a great building. I know your family had owned at least 1 unit in that building at one point. And it kind of offers something for everybody size-wise. You can go all the way from a studio up to a 3-bedroom. Really well-run building. It's just a neat association. They call it the Golden Sands Club, and they still produce the condo documents that way. It's a club, it's a membership, which is pretty neat.
It's always one I think John and I are both comfortable selling in. We're confident in the building, the association, the way it's run, the way it's managed, the way it's kept up, and we are comfortable for their future with this reserve study.
Golden Sands has always, looking at their financials, they've always been looking towards the future. I mean, years before this bill even passed, I remember seeing, that they were planning for the roof replacement and planning to saving money for that. So I think that's important to note.
You're up, man.
Sea-Watch. The Sea-Watch building, large building, 408 units. We find ourselves at settlements there often with Maryland Title. They have an office in there. Really neat design of a building. Every unit has a direct oceanfront view because it's kind of a triangle and everything steps backwards. They have, one of the neat things about those units is they do have storage outside of the unit, like directly outside of the unit, nice storage room. 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. They have on the top floor some 2-story units. And then if you are lucky enough to own one of the large 3 bedrooms that spans the front of the building, that floor plan is really neat because you have bedrooms. Each bedroom has a slider onto a large balcony, and then the living room, dining room, kitchen does as well. So those are definitely premier units. The amenities are pretty awesome. Indoor pool, outdoor pool, movie theater, which is unique in Ocean City. They also have on-site management, on-site rentals, parking garage, so you have covered parking, and security 24 hours a day right there at the garage. So definitely think that is a neat building, one of the larger buildings, 408 units, but has a lot to offer, and right across the street from the Gold Coast Mall. So restaurants right there, a actual movie theater if you want to walk across the street.
I think with the Golden Sands, those are the top. They're the top 2 amenities They're the top two buildings where if you want to just go and have everything at your fingertips, you're there. The condos at the Sea-Watch are pretty cool. They're 2 bedrooms, but they're 2 bedrooms in a den, unless you're that front OO stack, which is a 3 bedroom. But they're all pretty much the same floor plan. They're big, and the building has as many amenities or more than the Golden Sands. They have their own personal movie theater. They have the arcade. They have the fitness center. They have the indoor pool, the outdoor pool. They have a kiddie pool. That association's also been extremely proactive over the years. So they, even before this new Maryland Reserve Study bill, they were redoing the exterior, redoing the balconies, redoing the roof.
Sliders.
They just redid all the common area space in the lobbies, 6 elevators. You're not waiting in line in the summers, which is a big thing. And then, of course, they've got a really cool, I've got to throw a quick blurb out for My Place Deli. So Jay Reel, professional bodyboarder, his parents used to own a place in there called My Place, little deli. Grew up going there, cool little place, awesome building. English Towers is a neat building on 100th Street. So not a lot of sizzle, doesn't get a lot of fame, but one of the buildings I'm always really comfortable selling in. It was built in 1974, 120 condos, I believe. 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. They've got a fitness center. They've got a big indoor pool. They've got a game room. They've got 24-hour security. They've got on-site property management. But for me, it is the strength of the association. It's the strength of the financials of the building. It's the strength of the management they've been under for years. It's a really good, sound building. Big floor plans. The 2 bedrooms are big in there. The 3 bedrooms. Really neat thing about English Towers, on the back of the building, they have 3 bedroom condos that face the bay. Huge floor plan. And while you don't get an ocean view, those higher floors get some really awesome bay views.
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to sell oceanfront and bayfront in there to clients of ours, and the 2 bedroom oceanfronts are awesome. Great floor plan, obviously great views, nice balcony. But the bayside ones are pretty neat. You get in there and you do have the 3 bedrooms. Usually they're trading for pretty good value because they are in a direct oceanfront building, but not a direct oceanfront view. But the sunsets are spectacular across the street. And again, it's a lot of space, interior space for that time period of building.
Or are you going with 4?
Flying Cloud. I think this is one of the smaller high-rises. It is very further south, it's at 95th Street? Yeah, 95th Street next to 9400. They redid the exterior of the whole building probably 5 years ago. And at that point, yeah, at that point it was in need of being redone, but they redid everything. I think that is just such a cool spot because it is right across from 94th Street, all the different restaurants, Bull on the Beach, Lombardi's, Kirby's, Liquid Assets. You can walk right across the street. You've got 7-Eleven right in front of you if you need any convenience store items for the beach. And just a simple building. The 3 bedroom floor plan in there is really neat. They have 2 balconies, so you've got oceanfront and then you've got bayside as well. But simple. I mean, really just a small association.
I think Flying Cloud's probably the most underappreciated of the high-rise. It's just nobody talks about it.
Not much comes on the market in that building, so
ever.
It's far and few between that we see listings in there.
All right, so last one, top 5, rounding it out. Plaza. I think it's a no-brainer to put the Plaza on the list. 98th Street, one of the newer ones along with the Rainbow. Plaza was built in 1985. 221 condos in there. All 2 bedroom, 3 bedrooms. And this is one of the buildings that has a nice mixture of 3 bedrooms. So in a lot of the high rises, the 3 bedroom, the bigger units are going to be on the ends. Plaza does that. The end units are 3 bedrooms. But right in the middle of every floor as well, they have 3 bedrooms. So they've got a couple different options there. Another building where the 2 bedrooms are 2 bedrooms and a den. So for parking reasons, they can't call it a 3 bedroom, but it is 2 bedroom and a bonus room, 2 bedroom and a den.
They always have a pull-out couch right there, so you can sleep more friends and family.
And another building that has, for years, been very proactive, tries to stay in front of the 8 ball with regard to maintenance in the building. They've got an indoor pool, they've got an outdoor pool, they've got an outdoor sun deck, they've got an outdoor tiki bar and grill out on the sun
Jungle
deck.
bar.
Yeah. It's solid building, solid association. It's not as big as Sea-Watch. It's probably half the size in condos. But well run, one of my favorites, and I think it's got to be in the top 5.
Yeah, covered parking too, and security right there when you walk in. Indoor pool, hot tub, a lot of nice amenities. We've had clients that have bought and sold in there as well, and made some great memories. Awesome place.
It's a good building. The point we're trying to make right now is when you are looking at these high rises, when you're looking at any condo in Ocean City right now, it's really important now, maybe more than ever, you're working with an agent that understands the local market, that understands the local landscape, and understands the real financials of these buildings, going into the reserve studies, looking through and knowing how to read them. Because as we go through the next year, 2, 3, 4 years in Ocean City, some of these buildings, a lot of these buildings are really going to start to separate in value and in condition. And you're going to see some of them that really got out in front, and yeah, their condo fees are going to go up a little bit because of inflation, because of insurance, but they've done the work. They position themselves in a good and safe place. And you're going to see others that are not.
Well, you can tell looking at the reserve studies who's been saving money and who hasn't been, and who's been maintaining and who has not been. I mean, it's very blatantly obvious in these reserve studies. They're pretty simplistic. They're going to show you how much money that you need to be putting into reserves each year, and if that's, $400,000 for the next 3 years, then that's, something you need to be aware of and to budget for. Because the neat thing about this bill, a lot of people aren't really happy with it, but that own condos. But the neat thing is, all these buildings are going to get into really good shape financially, and their maintenance, condition is going to be in much better shape than it has been previously. So it's going to kind of level the playing field eventually. All these buildings are going to be in really good shape, and it's as a consumer, you're not going to have to do as much research to make a buying decision. It's just going to be, well, everyone's following the same path, and they've all been maintained, and they all have reserve accounts. So,
but that's probably 5 years away, 6 years away.
Yeah,
and in the meantime, they're not all created equal right now. And if we just don't want to see anybody make a buying decision where you don't know what's coming and you're not aware and preparing for a $10 or $20 or $30,000, maybe even per year impact over the next few years. And some of these buildings, I think, are going to see it. So those are our top 5. There's other good ones out there. If you've got any questions, we're here. Call us, contact us, let us know. Thanks for watching.